Welcome back to the Save It for Parts channel. It's mid-October 2023 and there's a partial solar eclipse today. So the moon is going to be partly blocking the sun. In some southwestern states and western parts of the US, South America, etc., people will be able to see a more complete eclipse, a ring of sun around the moon. Here in Minnesota, we're only going to see a very partial eclipse, maybe 50% coverage of the moon over the sun. But I'd still like to take a look at it, even though we've got some cloudy weather out. So, we're making a solar viewer today. And yes, I am slightly rushing this video because the eclipse is coming up. We've got other stuff going on today. Just wanted to make a little quick one here. Now, as everyone should know, it's not safe to look directly at the sun, even during an eclipse. So if you want to see the eclipse over the sun, you have to make something like this to be able to view it. If you have a telescope or binoculars with solar filters, that'll work too. But if you don't have any of that, all you really need is a cardboard box, some tin foil, some tape, and a piece of paper. So your first step is to just cut a square hole in the top of your box. It doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to be pretty, just a square hole. Then you take a scrap of aluminum foil or tin foil and tape it over the hole. Then you just take a pin, just a little push pin like this, or a safety pin, something with a small diameter sharp point. Poke a little hole in the center of your tin foil. Then tape a sheet of white paper in the bottom of your box opposite from your tinfoil hole. Waste not, want not. I'm using scrap paper that got misprinted, so we're not just using a brand new sheet of paper for this. If your paper doesn't fit, you can cut it down to size. There we go. We made a basic solar viewer in about 5 minutes for a few cents worth of tinfoil and tape. And now the hard part is waiting for the sun to come out again. Like I said, the weather is not ideal for this, so we may or may not see much eclipse today. I went ahead and made 2 of these because there will be multiple people trying to view the eclipse. And the bigger box should give a larger image of the sun because it has a longer distance between the pinhole lens and the paper. Now, we don't actually have to see the sun to get something interesting out of this eclipse. Ham radio operators are going to be using the eclipse as an excuse to test out radio propagation. When the moon shadows the sun like that, you get a lot different radio environment, electromagnetic environment on the Earth's surface. The ionosphere does different things. Radio waves propagate in different ways. I don't fully understand it all, but basically it means the ham radio people are going to be extra active today, doing experiments, trying to get long-distance records, and filling the airwaves with chatter. I'm going to fire up my software-defined radio along with my little ham-it-up converter box. That lets me listen to some of the lower frequency ham bands down below 30 megahertz, and we're going to see what we can hear on there. Well, just scrolling through the radio spectrum below 30 megahertz, I am seeing a ton of activity, even more so than any other weekend I've looked at. We've got some stuff on 40 meters. We've got a little bit of stuff on 30 meter, which I don't think I saw last time I was looking at this. 20 meters is very active with both code and radio teletype. And then 17 meters, also very active with that RTTY data stuff. 15 meters, also very busy, both code and voice.
All right, one last look from the southwest. Check in for the Ole Miss 15-meter deck. Call now, please.
We've got a little bit of CB nonsense as usual.
Hello to you, 7. You're sounding good in the woods. Come on.
And then quite a bit going on with the 10-meter ham band as well.
Submarine trial were trailing the wire, and then the seagulls were attracted to the wire because it was stirring things up a little bit on the surface.
All right, we finally have a little bit of sun, and we have a tiny little image of the eclipse there. Just a tiny little bite taken out of the sun. Well, the clouds cleared up a little bit towards the end of the eclipse, so we were able to see a little bit with my DIY cardboard box viewer, and then I was able to borrow some actual eclipse glasses for a few minutes and look at it directly. That was pretty fun. I'm definitely looking forward to the next eclipse in April of 2024, which should be a total eclipse for parts of the US. I'm not sure yet if we'll actually travel for that or if we'll just stay here in Minnesota and watch partial coverage of the moon over the sun. Either way, I'm going to order some eclipse glasses for myself, and I'm going to be a little more prepared with some solar viewers, some ham radio stuff, and hopefully we'll have a better weather forecast. Anyway, that's the end of this quick little video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.